Hey guys, Jack here. Thanks for watching The Great Gallivanting and welcome back to my packing series for my Wayfarer Expedition. Today I'm just going to be going quickly through my outfit that I'm choosing to wear. Now, something I learned years and years ago while watching the Vaga brothers, who were world travelers for the longest time, especially when I was coming up my travel journey, was to pack in outfits. And I know women understand that a lot better than men, because men, we can wear the same blue shirt and nobody cares. But things need to match, and something I also learned in the military was how you dress matters. It doesn't just affect how people perceive you, but it affects how you feel. And so when I'm traveling, I like to look a certain way. Now, I'm not looking like a mountaineer, although some people would say that, and I don't want to look like Indiana Jones, even though some people would say that. My kind of desired travel look slash persona kind of thing is I want to kind of mix a little bit of the Indiana Jones look with the Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series with practicality. You know, I don't like to be walking around capital cities in Europe looking like a mountaineer, but I also don't want to be walking around the mountains in Iraq looking like I should be at a business meeting in the city. So that's kind of what's guided my clothing choice and outfit. So let's just go ahead and get started and jump right into it. First off are the pants. So my pants that I have right here, these are the Wrangler, they're stretch fit pants. These are outdoors. You can get them on Wranglers, they're for $50, or you can get a slightly less good quality but much cheaper version at Walmart for about $20, which is where these come from. I've got it in 3 different colors. I've kind of got it in this dark brown, I've got a set in blue, and I've got a set in khaki. And what I like about these is, 1, they're durable, 2, they've got that stretch, so when you put something in the pocket, it kind of pulls it back into you. The cargo the cargo compartments here, they're not on the outside of the pants. They're not hanging off with buttons just begging someone to reach in there. They're actually on the inside of the pants. So when you're put my phone in there, like I'm taking pictures and I need to drop my phone into my pocket and then grab my GoPro real quick, I can just slide it in and it's nice and tucked into my leg. I describe these pants as being just hot enough in the summer and just cool enough in the winter. I think that's an apt description. Sometimes they can be hot in the summer, especially with the sun beating down on you and you're just kind of roasting a bit. And in the winter, they don't provide that, you know, super warm feel like maybe jeans and stuff do, but it's a good compromise for in the middle, and they're pretty durable. I have slid down the side of hills and mountains in Turkey in a pair of these, and I haven't ripped them. And yeah, these, like I said, I think I got these from Walmart. I ordered them online from Walmart. True to size, never had an issue with them. And they look good with just about every shirt that you have. Another reason I picked these is they look good with a button-down shirt. So I take 3 button-down shirts with me on every trip. This one I've got a white, a blue, and a maroon. Last time I had gray, blue, white, and then I switched the white out for green. And these sorts of pants look great with all those, and they look great for a night on the town. Nobody really is paying attention to the fact that you're wearing cargo pants that are meant for adventuring. So that's the pants that I'm taking with me. Moving on, as I said, I like to wear button-down shirts, which means I gotta have undershirts. But when I'm hiking, I need good undershirts because I'm not gonna be wearing a button-down shirt. So I'm taking with me these Under Armour shirts. I wore Under Armour shirts on the Great Gallivanting literally every day. They were either as an undershirt or they were as my outer garment if I was hiking or at the beach. These are great. I love them. These are going to be my day-to-day hiking shirt. Now, something I learned during the Great Gallivanting is you need to have not all the same color of anything. That way you can kind of know what's clean, what's dirty, what you've worn more than once or twice or 3 times or however long. So I've got a bunch of different colors. Again, I got a couple different color blues, a couple different color browns, and a couple different color grays. And I think I've even got a red in there maybe, so that I won't be getting these mixed up. And that may look a little bit odd with some of the shirts, the button-down shirts, but that's something I'll deal with in a moment, because I don't plan on being in cities for a whole lot of the time during the Wayfarer Expedition. It's going to be majority on the trail wearing just these and not a button-down. As I said, I like to wear button-down shirts in the cities, and this is one of those. This is my maroon one. It used to be Apartment 9, now it's their Flex FLX series that Kohl's carries. I like the Apartment 9 Henleys, and I've got a couple of those, so I decided to try these out, and I really like these shirts. These are performance shirts. They're moisture wicking, and they feel and look good, so you can't really tell from the material from a distance what they look like, or sorry, that they're designed for the performance aspect, and they look really good on a night out. And I like maroon, I went to Texas A&M University, so maroon is my color. I like maroon. I've also got a white button down from Uniqlo that I bought in Thailand last year with my friend Emily. And I've got a blue one from Sam's Club, and I forget the brand off the top of my head. And that blue one, what I like about it is it's got rolled up sleeves that come up above the elbow. I don't like below the elbow roll up sleeves. This one comes up below the elbow. So if I need a long sleeve shirt, a proper long sleeve shirt, not just a jacket or pullover, I've got that one. Speaking of jackets or pullovers, I've got 2 pullovers. So I've got these are both from Reebok. I'm showing the blue one here. I've also got a red one. These are for the colder experiences. If I find myself in the Lycian way up in the mountains, or more likely the Zagros Mountain Trail up in the mountains in November, then I'm gonna need something like this. And I just like to wear long sleeves anyway around the hostel, so that's kind of why I decided to go with these. A red and blue, which means I'll wear one, I'll wash one, I'll wear the other one, and then when I wash that one, I'll switch back. Because these go with everything that I have, and again, I don't plan on wearing them very often. I know I won't be wearing them on the front end for at least first couple months. I'm going to be in Spain, so these will stay tucked away in a packing cube down in my bag, and that's okay. Next up are my shorts. So I've got 3 pair of these O'Neill hybrid shorts. I took 2 of them with me on the Great Gallivanting. I love them, so I bought a 3rd pair. And these are shorts that both are good for going around, you know, nice khaki shorts, but they also double as swim shorts. And I have more than once jumped into the ocean just straight from walking around the town in these shorts. I plan on wearing these a lot while hiking, especially in hotter areas, because I'm just gonna not want to be wearing pants when it's, you know, 100 degrees outside or 39 degrees outside for those of you in other countries that aren't the United States. And these are just great pants. I really like them. Something really cool about them is they've got zippered pockets, and the zipper goes down. Right, so if someone wants to pickpocket you, they're gonna have to pull the zipper up, which is very difficult. And it also, if you're swimming, it's not gonna get caught on anything. That was a big criticism when I was in the military of how our zippers went, was if you were crawling and the zippers went up, you could catch and it would pull it open, everything would come spilling out. And these fix that problem. So way to go, O'Neill, on that one. Again, love these pants. I'm taking 3. I think 2 of them are below the knee and one of them is above the knee, because I really prefer the below the knee, but the above the knee is good in certain situations, so that's why I'm going with 2 below and 1 above the knee on this. And also when it comes to these button downs, it looks good with the button down shirts as well, and they go great with just a standard Under Armour shirt. And I, in San Sebastian and Malaga and other beach cities, several times on our videos, I'm just wearing a t-shirt and these, and it looks great. Moving on to the intimate stuff, I've got my underwear. So I wear these Adidas Performance underwear. I have worn them for years. I mean, I've worn them for, shoot, now going on 12, 13, maybe even 14 years. I got into these when I was at university, and I just stuck with them ever since. They are absolutely fantastic. They're good for going around every day. They're good for working out. I've even turned these into swim trunks many times. Just strip down to just these and jump in. They're great. Something I also learned on the Great Gallivanting that pertains to underwear as well as shirts is get them in different colors. So every single pair of underwear I have is a different color or pattern. So I'll have, this is a kind of a dark blue with a gray. I've got red, I've got black on red, red on black, blue on white. I've got all sorts of stuff. So I've got 9, I think, pairs of these, because something I wanted to do in the Wayfarer Expedition, I'm gonna be hiking a lot. I'm gonna be moving a lot. These are gonna get stinky a lot. And since I'm gonna be gone for 18 months, not just one trip on the Camino de Santiago, I wanted to take enough where I didn't have to wear any of these more than twice before laundry. I plan on doing laundry every 2 weeks. Again, if I was just going on the Camino de Santiago, I would take 3 or 4 of these and be done with it. But because I'm gonna be gone for 18 months, I need stuff that's going to last the duration. And I don't wanna be going through, you know, Argentina and all of a sudden I'm ripping underwear, running out of underwear. Because I did that in Morocco. The laundromat lost a pair of underwear and 2 pairs, and trying to find replacements in Morocco was not a fun experience, to put it very mildly. And I didn't end up finding any, and it was awful, so I'm taking enough to last. So that's the underwear. And finally, when it comes to the actual clothing, I've got my socks. So I use Darn Tough socks. I use them on the Great Gallivanting and during the Aficionado Tour. I love them because on this trip, I'm not taking tall boots, Timberland Earthkeeper boots like I had last time. Even those are great boots. I wish I was taking them, but they're just not meant for the hiking I'm gonna be doing. I decided to go with a little bit shorter of a sock, and I've got, again, all in different colors. I've got browns, reds, blues, greens, tans, so that they all identify each other. I think I've got 7 or 8 of these. Again, I need stuff that's going to last, which means I don't need to be wearing them 3, 4, 5 times in between washes. So I'll wear them twice, maybe I'll wear a pair 3 times before going into the laundry. I mentioned dressing in outfits earlier. Not particularly caring when it comes to socks if they match or not. One, if I'm walking around in socks, I'm either wearing shorts going to the beach, so I don't care, or I'm wearing my long pants and you can't see them, so I don't care, or I'm hiking on the trail, at which point I really don't care what you think of my outfits. That's why I kind of with these different colored socks. And these darn tough. I mean, they just last. I cannot say enough good things about these. I wear them all the time. In fact, when I'm at home in the winter, my darn tough socks from the Great Gallivanting, which went 15 and a half months of just constant everyday wear, they're the ones I wear here at home when I'm wearing my Timberland boots or going hiking for whatever reason, and sometimes even when I'm wearing my cowboy boots. So that's these. And finally, belts. So I have to wear a belt. It's just been drilled into me for so long from my military days. You wear a belt if you have belt loops, so I'm wearing belts with belt loops. I'm taking 3, which seems like a bit much, but they pack up really small. This one I bought in, I think Brisbane, Australia, in 2024 when I was visiting my friend Tali. I wanted a belt that had this slide-through function, and the belt that I had was wearing out and breaking, so I needed to get a new one. I went with this one. I really liked it. It stayed with me through the rest of that expedition and into the aficionado tour all the way through, and I've worn it a lot here at home. It's sturdy, it's thick, it's cotton, it takes a beating. So this is going to be my everyday hiking belt. I also have a brown belt that is still cotton, but a lot thinner. It's a lot more akin to your military web belt that like the Navy wears in their dress uniform. And it also has a silver closing on the front, and that'll be my more formal wear going around town type thing. So I'll probably wear that one a lot in Madrid when I'm there for the first few days, and I'll wear it around Pamplona after La Fiesta de San Fermin, and I'll probably I'll wear it at Christmas when I'm just waiting to get on a plane. But that one's gonna be stuck in the bag a lot. And then I've got another one, just a cloth web belt that I will wear in shorts. That's my beach belt / my shorts belt. It's just a nice, easy throw it on belt that I have. And sometimes I use it when I'm wearing my actual Wrangler pants, but not very often. And it's just nice to have. It also, because it's just the D-ring loop, it can serve as like a secure if I need to just lash around something just to hold. I can do that too, which I have done in the past, in addition to the bungee cords and carabiners. So that's the belt situation. All right, guys, so that is it for the clothes that I'm taking. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button, ring the notification bell, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single thing coming to you from the adventure across the world and the Wayfarer Expedition. See you guys on the road.